Tonight's top story, fact or myth, refugees resettling into the Fargo area are a burden to you, the taxpayers. Good evening and welcome to 630 Point of View. I'm Chris Berg. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, before we get into some facts tonight, which seems to be kind of an issue for the Fargo Forum editorial board, at least in their piece this past Sunday titled Celebrate Our New Americans, I want to talk about the humanity of the current refugee displaced persons crisis coming out of Syria and the Middle East. I'm sure many of you have seen pictures or videos of parents and kids trying to escape the war-torn Syria for safety in Europe. The pictures, the videos, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, they are really, really challenging to watch. I mean, my heart just aches when I see the images of, for example, a 3-year-old laying on a beach, the young Syrian boy that was drowned and laid there dead on the beach. Or maybe some of you might have seen this father trying to keep his family together and also safe at the train station in Europe. This video here, which I'm about to show you, is absolutely heartbreaking. I want you to watch what this father is trying to do here. Obviously heartbreaking to watch that video. I think any of us would obviously be doing the same thing for our own families. Now the challenge right now for America is finding the balance of what America can do obviously for these people fleeing these war-torn countries. Let me give you a quick example. How many of you, or maybe how many people do you know, would absolutely love to devote their entire life to making a difference in the world for other people, whether it be through a nonprofit program, a mission trip, whatever it might be? I think all of us would love to be able every day to wake up and to devote our lives to that, or at least we know somebody who would. But the thing is, and you and I have had this experience, you ask these people that are super passionate about this, hey, why aren't you doing that thing that's going to go out and make this difference that you're so passionate about? And they typically say this to you, well, God, I got a family, I got to take care of other responsibilities. And that is exactly the challenge for America right now. How do we strike that balance so that we can be a nation that steps up and serves in a very powerful and generous way for these fleeing families, but also what are our current responsibilities that we must take care of for our current American family that obviously has been residing here for quite some time. So this is the balance, this is the challenge that our leaders face. Now, let's take a look at some of those stingy facts about the refugee resettlement programs as of late. This is according to the Office of Refugee Resettlement. The top number you see here is the number of refugee caseloads in the state. The bottom number is the percentage of refugees that are actually employed per these caseloads. Now, there could be more refugees employed, and this is what the government data shows. You can see here in North Dakota, there are currently this was in 2014, 543 caseloads, 64% of those people employed through this current program. Here's some other stunning numbers. 2013, these numbers are nationwide, so they may not, perfectly correlate with our community, but this is according to the Congressional Research Service. 74.2% of refugees were on SNAP or food stamps in 2013. 56% were receiving Medicaid. 47.1% were on some type of cash assistance, and 22.8% were in public housing. So according to the Forum editorial board, the Congressional Research Service must be filled with, well, of course, a bunch of xenophobes. At least as the Forum so kindly explained to you and I on Sunday, I guess a xenophobe is just a really fancy Nancy word for racist. But I'm curious how you feel about this. Are refugees resettling our community overall? Are they a burden to you, the taxpayer, or not? With us tonight to discuss this refugee crisis in more detail, the owner of SamethingBlog.com, Mr. Rob Port, live in Minot via Skype. Rob, great to have you back, sir. You look at this refugee crisis, and I'm sure you've been watching the videos, Rob, and whatnot. We just lost Rob on Skype. He'll be back with us in a moment. But, what I want to know from you tonight out there watching is when you watch the pictures, where's the balance of the humanity? Obviously, you see that, your heart goes out. We also know we've got our own challenges here domestically we've got to handle, and there's the balance. Rob, hopefully you can hear me now, and that's where I want to start with you, sir. You look at this challenge, in your opinion, where's the balance of doing the right thing from a humanitarian standpoint? And also, they're going, wait a second, we've got current responsibilities here domestically we've got to manage as well.
You know that, excuse me, Chris, that's the issue, isn't it? You know, I think you've got to balance the security of our own communities versus, you know, wanting to extend, you know, a safe transition into a new community for the refugees. You want to balance, you know, giving them a start maybe on a new life and prosperity and success versus not, you know, creating a burden for the people who are already here and taking resources away from people we could help in our communities who are already here. I mean, when we have these debates, we tend to sort of isolate them and debate, you know, just the refugee program. You know, I hear all the time about how there's all manner of social programs that are underfunded here in North Dakota and nationally. And yet, you know, we want to bring more refugees into our communities to take resources away from those or to spread thin our dollar, our ability. These are debates we're going to have. And these answers, there's not going to be one right answer for everybody. I mean, the answer that's right for me may not be the answer that's right for you, Chris. My real problem with a lot of these programs is that they're not very transparent. You know, a lot of the things we don't know about, you know, specifically talking about the refugee resettlement program into Fargo. And that was one thing that really bothered me about the Forum editorial is they start off saying, you know, people who say that they're coming in and they're a burden on the taxpayers, that's a myth. You know, my response to that is prove it. Right. Where's the data? You know, when has Lutheran Social Services ever put out a report about, you know, are these refugees, you know, more likely to commit crimes? We don't know. We don't have the data. Are they more likely to sign up for public assistance programs? We don't know. We don't have the data. Why don't we have that data? It would sure help inform this debate.
Well, I don't know if you heard my open there, Rob, but in 2013, the Congressional Research Service says, look, if you look at the stats in 2013, you've got a large percentage of refugees on SNAP, a large percentage on Medicaid, large percentage on some sort of public assistance. So I think there's some data out there. What I get really upset with, look, I've got no problem with having a real debate. And if you can beat me on facts, kudos to you, because I am really torn on the situation with refugees. But when you've got an organization, a local media organization going, hey, is it fact or myth? They back up their editorial with absolutely zero facts and then start throwing out xenophobe and racist. I got a real issue with that. And I think it is absurd that this organization, whatever you want to call it, is going to start using those kind of terms about people here in North Dakota. You say what to that?
Yeah, well, and let's be clear. That was the Fargo Forum editorial. The Fargo Forum doesn't necessarily speak for Lutheran Social Services. As far as I know, Lutheran Social Services specifically isn't calling anybody a racist or a xenophobe. The Forum certainly is, and that is a problem with this debate. Again, it's very contentious. It's very emotional. People have a lot of strong feelings on both sides of it, which is exactly why we need to flow some data into this situation. It's largely missing from this debate, and that is hugely unfortunate. You know, I mean, again, one side claims, you know, this isn't creating a criminal problem. This isn't creating a tax burden problem. And again, I realize that there are numbers nationally, Chris, but we should have numbers locally. As a matter of fact, you know, before I came on the air, I looked up Lutheran Social Services of North Dakota in 2014 and so far in 2015 has received $8.5 million from the state of North Dakota. You know, maybe in the future, the legislature should consider tying to that a requirement that they do some sort of reporting to these communities about the impact of this resettlement. Maybe it's a positive impact, Chris. Maybe they're not committing more crimes. Maybe they're not a burden to the taxpayers. And if that's true, wonderful. But that's the problem. We don't know. And in that vacuum of not knowing, a lot of people are putting a lot of fears, a lot of anxiety, even unfortunately some conspiracy theories. We need to clear that up. Lutheran Social Services has got to be more transparent about this. The federal government's got to be more transparent about it.
Amen. Rob Port, SayAnythingBlog.com, does an outstanding job. Please check out his website again at SayAnythingBlog.com. Rob, we'll talk to you soon, sir, okay?
Thanks, Chris.
Stay with us when we come back. Literally just ended the Fargo City Commission meeting. They're talking about dropping $10 million on a new parking structure. Good idea or bad idea? Fargo City Commissioner Tony Garrick is going to join us live in studio. And all of us want to invite you to join our conversation, our community. You can head to our website, communicate with us a ton of different ways. As you can see here, want to know from you, how do you feel about refugees resettling here in our community? We'll be right back.